Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. Just want to check out what LeBron James is saying right here.
My personal feelings is that, I got a 12-year-old son, a 9-year-old son, and a 2-year-old daughter. And, I look at my son being 4 years removed from driving his own car and being able to leave the house on his own. And it's a scary thought right now to think, if my son gets pulled over, and you tell your kids, if you just apply and you just listen to the police, that, they will be respectful and things will work itself out. And you see these videos that continue to come out.
Mm-hmm.
It's a scary ass situation. That if my son calls me and says he's been pulled over, that I'm not that confident that things are going to go well if my son is going to return home. My son just started the 6th grade. So, we just want the conversation to continue to keep going. And I don't have the answer. None of us have the answer. But the more times that we can talk about it, the more times we can conversate about it, because I'm not up here saying that all police are bad, because they're not. I'm not up here saying that all,
No, they're not.
all kids are great and all adults are great, because they're not.
Right.
But at the same time, all lives matter. It's not just about. It's not black or white. It's not that. It's everyone. So it's tough being a parent right now when you have a preteen. And
A black
the
preteen.
conversation is continued from the speech that myself, CPD, Wade, and Mello had, and that's definitely a good thing.
All right. Very nicely put. Very eloquently put, LeBron James. And I feel you. And this is a concern. Now, okay, now LeBron James is at the pinnacle of his life. And as far as being a citizen, he's not only a citizen, he's a representative of, the NBA. He's probably the representative right about now. He is looked at and viewed in in a scrupulous light, and everything he says is going to be taken apart. And what he said there was put in a very intellectual way, but in a fashion that we all can gravitate towards. We can all get behind what he's saying. But here's the scary thing. He's saying it. This is not me, the average Joe. This is a multi millionaire, famous, who, excuse me, who you would think feels secure. He's got yachts, he's got a big house, all that. I'm sure he has people who is helping watch over him and his family. He's scared. So what do you think we are? The average Joe, working a 9 to 5 out here, trying to survive any way we can, just trying to live. This guy has all the money anybody needs, times 20. And he's afraid for his children. He's not only afraid for his child who is 12 years old, he's afraid for all of his children. And I'm sure for himself. He's afraid. So, LeBron James is a very powerful person, especially here in Ohio where I live. But when you have somebody who has that much power telling you that they are afraid of the police, if the police stop their child, he's letting you know, I do not trust that if my son gets stopped by the cops, that he's going to come home to me. And he's saying that off of what he's seen. The people who are constantly getting shot and killed and the cops who are going on vacation. Administrative leave. LeBron James is scared. Like, people, it is to the point. It is to the point where nobody is safe. Nobody. All the money in the world is not going to keep you safe because you have to come outside. You have to live an ordinary day. And I'm going to tell you what this is. This is terrorism at its finest. But they don't want to call it terrorism. But that's what it is. What he is explaining is a form of terrorism. Remember when 9/11 happened? They said, well, we're not going to be afraid to, be Americans and go about our daily everything. This man is saying that he is afraid that his son, going about his daily whatever when he's able to drive, can be shot and killed by a police officer just because he's black, not because he did anything wrong. That is terrorism, people. That is what it is. He's terrified. He said, as a parent, it is a scary time to be a parent right now. That's terrorism, people. You can't tell me the police aren't terrorists. And I ain't saying all. I'm saying some. You can't tell me the police organization ever since officer comes from overseer. Overseer were the peoples who was whipping us in the backs over the plantation. Officer, 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 overseer. It's the same person, okay? You can't tell me that those overseers weren't terrorists. Their position was to strike terror in you. That's what they did. They struck terror in you to make you feel inferior to them, as if to say that they were a greater person and you were not even a person. You were an animal. This is what they're doing to us today. When LeBron James is explaining that I have all the money in the world and I'm still afraid for my family. He's petrified. He's got 2 boys. And he has every right to be. And he knows that he cannot keep his son under a rock. He knows that just like everybody else knows. Everybody that lives in every neighborhood around this country, we all know the same thing. At any given time, one of these cops can lose it. And they don't even have to lose their mind. They can just feel like it and blow your child away. And the courts will let it happen. And they'll indict that cop. Then they'll find that cop not guilty.